The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has described the African Union as one of the UN's most strategic partners. Secretary General called on the two bodies to come together and work based on the principles of African-led solution for African problems in all dimensions, including peace and security, development and climate change. Now, addressing the 8th informal joint seminar and the 17th annual joint consultative meeting between the Peace and Security Council of the African Union and the United Nations Conference in New York on Tuesday, Guterres said he is happy to see that the UN and the African Union completing their frameworks of cooperation. Our reporter, Yahya Jammeh, tells us more of that in this report.
Secretary General Guterres and the chairperson of African Union Commission, Moussa Faki, had both briefed reporters at the sideline of the Tuesday conference. Mr. Guterres highlighted that Africa has been the double victim of injustice, which include historic injustice linked to colonialism and slavery, and the present injustice in relation to the way power relations are established in the world, relating to finance and economic power. Guterres said that it is very important to give a double response to those problems of peace and security.
First of all, to recognize that peacekeeping missions do not make sense where there is no peace to keep, and that we need peace enforcing and counter-terrorism operations in Africa, led by the African Union, and with a full mandate of the Security Council under Chapter 7 and assessed contributions to finance those missions. They are the only way to be effective in fighting the kind of violence and terrorism that is now proliferating in many African countries.
Secretary General Guterres said the AU and UN need to mobilize the international community to address the economic and social root causes of conflict. He explained why the UN has been so keen on the need for reforming international financial institutions.
That is why we have been insisting on the need to change the business model of multilateral development banks, on effective debt relief, on the SDG stimulus, as a key instrument to allow African countries to be able to find the fiscal space necessary to address the basic needs of their population, which of course will also have as a consequence to improve their capacity to guarantee stability, to guarantee democracy, and to guarantee peace.
The Secretary General reaffirmed that the African Union can count on the very strong commitment of the United Nations, fighting for the reform that are absolutely necessary, not for the expansion of simple solidarity, but for the expansion of justice. The African Union chairperson Moussa Faki said the upcoming COP28 is going to be a major conference and must also be the opportunity for Africans to advocate for Africa, which is severely impacted by the effects of climate change, even though it pollutes very little.
Plus en plus sur l'agenda dans ce domaine, c'est la question de la transition énergétique. Je rappelle quand même que le continent africain compte près de 600 millions d'habitants qui ne connaissent même pas encore l'électricité. Alors cette transition doit obligatoirement, pour être juste, de tenir compte de cette situation du continent.
The African Union chairperson welcomed the Secretary General's effort together with Turkey to reach the Green Agreement, adding that they firmly encourage this approach to find a political solution to what is happening between Ukraine and Russia. The General Assembly established the United Nations Office to African Union to enhance the partnership between United Nations and the African Union in the area of peace and security, and provide coordinated and consistent United Nations advice to African Union on both long and short-term capacities. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Yahya Jammeh.